I would have said guilty.
I would have leaned towards a guilty verdict.
But first, they saw the evidence and heard all the testimony. Tonight, 2 dismissed alternate jurors give us their verdict in the Jason Van Dyke trial. You just heard it. We begin with the eye-opening opinions from 2 dismissed alternates. Good evening. I'm Rob Johnson.
And I'm Erica Sargent. Tonight, the Jason Van Dyke murder case is in the hands of the jurors, but the 2 dismissed alternates went into great detail of how they would have decided the case. CBS 2's Jeremy Ross joins us live. Jeremy.
Well, good evening, Rob. Good evening, Erica. Those jurors talking with media inside the courthouse behind us, provided that we do not reveal their identities. They are known to us only as jurors 255 and 256.
Because I think shooting somebody 16 times, that's a lot. But that was a little excessive.
It made a difference to me as well. I don't know what else you could call that except for excessive force.
The seconds between Officer Jason Van Dyke leaving his squad and opening fire on 17-year-old Laquan McDonald was just one factor leading 2 former jurors to the same conclusion.
I would have said guilty.
Why is that?
There's a lot of things. For me, he should have waited a little bit longer. I mean, he knew the taser was coming. That's what did it for me.
I would have leaned towards a guilty verdict.
Why is that?
I think the fact that other officers had encountered him, Laquan McDonald, that night, and they didn't feel the need to use deadly force.
Both adding the squad video played a major role in their decision-making process. One juror feeling it helped support testimony the teen was trying to avoid police rather than confront them. Neither felt the computer-generated video produced by the defense showing the confrontation from Van Dyke's perspective helped change their minds. As for if they felt the pressure of potentially deciding this highly scrutinized case.
No, not at all.
I didn't feel pressure, no, but I mean, this is a very high-profile case, so how could you not kind of take that into account?
Do you imagine this is going to be an easy deliberation for your fellow jurors?
No, I don't know it's going to be easy.
It's not easy for anyone. It's a tragedy what happened. There's a life that is lost that won't be here. There's another life at stake. So there's no way to make an easy decision here.
And once again, those jurors will not have any impact on the verdict process. The remaining jurors are currently being sequestered by the court. The 2 adding that the juror group overall got along pretty well. It's unclear how that could factor into their decision-making process going forward. Live outside Layton Criminal Courts building, Jeremy Ross, CBS 2 News. Rob.
Jeremy, we know there's a gag order in this case, but since the jurors have been dismissed, are they not under that anymore?
At this point in time, Rob, that is unclear, and I don't want to give you the incorrect information.
Okay, Jeremy, thank you.
In many cases, 2 alternates are chosen, but the judge this time decided on 5 to be prepared for any major problems the 12 main jurors may face. Since the 12 made it through the trial and are now in the deliberation stage, he seemed to believe cutting it down to 3 alternates would be enough. Also this afternoon, the judge became furious with Van Dyke when he didn't show up in court. Both sides in the case were brought in because the jury wanted to ask 2 questions as they started deliberations. Defense attorney said Van Dyke's child was threatened at school and Van Dyke left to take care of it. When a teary-eyed Van Dyke arrived a few minutes later, the judge had this to say.
You're not the only person in the world. If I don't get any information tomorrow about a credible threat, then this is unexcused absence and nobody was notified, and I'm thinking of revoking bail.
Van Dyke is facing first-degree murder charges, but today the defense asked for second-degree murder be an option for the jury. The prosecutor also mentioned second-degree during their closing arguments. Both sides seem to be offering this middle ground to avoid their worst-case scenarios. And even one of the alternates, who was dismissed today, said she would have been open to possibly finding him guilty of second-degree murder instead of first. Second-degree gives a lighter sentence than first, of course, but it also comes with a lighter sentence than even the aggravated battery charges that Van Dyke also faces. While very unlikely, second degree could open Van Dyke up to getting probation. Jurors are sequestered, as Jeremy mentioned, for the night and will resume deliberating tomorrow morning. And look what Chopper 2 found in Humboldt Park today. Buses lined up and police ready to roll in case violence breaks out following the Van Dyke verdict. We saw a similar staging area set up in the parking lot of Guaranteed Rate Field. There are also more police visible on Michigan Avenue and around City Hall, like these mounted officers and their horses patrolling the loop. And as we await a verdict in the Van Dyke murder trial, stay with us on CBS 2 online at cbschicago.com and on social media.